Hi, it's Don. This is what I've been working on. So you can drill the 8 dowel pins in the crank. So this is set up. This here is going to be cut so it would fit on the base. So really stabilize everything. So you can see how it's all constructed. So we move from that bear with me while I take it apart. So you're this way, transitions this way, and wind up. Two. Huh. It's gotta be that way. Oh, there they are. 1, 2, 3, 4. I had to find the screw holes. There's so many holes in the plate. way. Why isn't it lining up? It's right there. There we go. It's not right. I'll do it the other way first. And then figure out the hole pattern. On the other way around. These plates still have to be bolted to the bottom because the studs come through. So I'll just set them here. So you can see that you can do the drilling for drilling out a stud, which I already did, and that worked okay, but I still would recommend putting in the time saver, because it does ruin the tap as you're trying to put it through. I don't know if you can see how straight the hole is, but it drills really nice and straight. So I did change the configuration. That's what I forgot. When it's laying this way with the drill holes, those don't have to be on the plate. Now you can drill these out if you need to. You don't have to put all 4 bolts in, but it would be a good idea. So that's that. And I have to change the platform on the drill press to accommodate this, because it's really heavy. I changed the design several times until I got it right. So something I always wanted to have as far as drilling the crankshaft for the 8 pins. These here I made as well. Now this is for the IRS or the newer Bug for the pinion bearings to tighten it up. Now this section here was EDM'd, and then it was cut back a little bit so it would fit into the other piece of steel. When I TIG welded it, this material gets case hardened from the heat from the TIG. It doesn't shrink anything. This was EDM by a machine shop near me. This one here I did on my own milling machine. That's really easy to do on a mill. You don't have to have any special tooling or anything. But if you see, there's a second cut on here. And the reason why is Volkswagen, with the nut that they have, they're not the same. Some of them are shorter and some of them are longer. So I had to cut it back just a little bit so it would drop into the nut. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. The one I showed you, that one's for the bus. The larger one is for the Beetle RS. I did make a bunch of them and I did sell them, but everybody didn't like the fit and finish of this. It looked homemade. I made one of these, but for myself, just to show I could do it. And it turns out more professional. It takes the spline on the pinion shaft at the top, and then I ground it down smooth to make it really look good. But if a tool works, it works, no matter if it's homemade or not. A lot of people can't make anything homemade that works as well. So this is a little sump with a magnet in it and the cover that goes on. So the holes here allow the debris to drop through into here and pick up all of the metal particles that go into the cup, as well as it'll pick up some of the water that might be in the inside of the block if you let your car stand too long, so it won't rot the block out. So you have a little water trap in there. Yes, you have to unbolt it to change your oil, but that's the way it is. That is the best way. That's why Volkswagen changed it, because nobody was changing blowing out the screen and getting all of the gunk out of the engine. They were just pulling the plug. This way, you have to clean the screen. You have to clean the debris out of here. It's a poor man's filter, and it works very well, which I'll show once I get an engine started. I'll put one of these on, and when I drain the oil, you'll see all of the debris after running it for 20 minutes to break it in. If anybody's wondering, this also could be EDM, but I bought this when I worked at the dealership. The unfortunate part is, for you guys, these are $300 now. When I purchased mine, it cost me, I think it was $85 or 90 bucks at the dealership. You could get a little bit of a discount. And it really wasn't that much. I think it was like 10%. So those are some of the tools. I have more brackets made for another shelf. That'll be coming up. And I have to get out a transmission case that's free. And this drops into the transmission case like this one here, but the arm is in the way. And you have the 3 lobes so you can run the newer style throwout bearing. And that's what this does. It'll drill it and then you can tap it. And that's a mark where you set it in and the mark sets up on that pin down there. I'll do that at a later date on the drilling. But I wanted you to see what I was up to and how I was progressing with everything. There's still a lot of cleanup to do, which I've done quite a bit of already, even though it might not look like it. A lot of stuff has been put away and put on the side. So, and I've been working primarily on this cylinder head and modification for drilling. So that's almost done. And I will show that at a later date, the drilling and what have you. One of the things that happened, which took me more time, unfortunately, is my big drill press. Oh, no, it doesn't hum at all.
Yeah, it did. It pops the circuit breaker, that's all.
Oh, it popped the circuit breaker? The capacitor press went, so the motor doesn't work at all. And I'm depending on the little one, which you can't crank up and down, you have to pull it up and down. It takes a lot of time. So I hope you get something out of what I've done. And there are other things that I haven't shown yet as I go along. Of course, the pinion pusher to take the transmission apart. That was in one of the videos. And I do have one of the factory ones, which is a joke. They don't work at all, or they're terrible. That's why I came up with this one. So I hope you got something out of the video, and I'll keep in touch, and I'll keep doing this stuff, because I do have a lot of other things that I'll be showing you along the line. It might take a week, might even take 2 weeks to produce the stuff, because some of the stuff is on shelves and out in the garage, and I have to find it and then bring it downstairs and then do the video, or maybe even do it out in the garage. And there'll be some stuff that I will be doing out in the garage. I build the engines in the basement, just the lower end, and then put the cylinders and the heads and all the tin on out in the garage. Easier in the winter time to build the bottom ends down here and then finish it off out in the garage when it gets warmer out. The reason I haven't done any engine building is because I have to get some of the crankshafts balanced. And the balancing of the crankshaft isn't just the crankshaft. It's a crankshaft, the flywheel, and the clutch, or pressure plate, and a harmonic balancer from Gene Berg. That all gets balanced together as one unit. And then a set of Berg's connecting rods, which are shot peened, balanced, and done for length, which I'll explain as well when I build an engine, which will be a while before I get to that point, because I still have to pay to have all that stuff done. The other thing that took a bit of time is I couldn't get all the Allen screws at just one hardware store. I had to go to more than one to get the Allen screws, because they'd have 2 or 3 at one, and then another one had 4, and I needed about 20 of them. So, bye for now. Enjoy your day. Hopefully you got something out of this, and I'll show you more later.